Peter Mutharika, is he the Tipp-Ex president or Malawi's long-awaited savior? In a surprising twist of fate, Peter Mutharika, who was ousted from the presidency just 5 years ago by a court ruling, is poised to reclaim his position as the leader of Malawi. This development comes after he appears to have emerged victorious in last week's general election, defeating his longtime adversary, President Lazarus Chakwera. During his campaign, Mutharika made a compelling case to voters, asserting that life was significantly better during his previous administration. He pointed to the severe economic challenges Malawi has faced under Chakwera's leadership, which many consider to be among the worst in the nation's history. However, Mutharika's own record is not without its controversies. At 85 years old, he carries a history marked by allegations of corruption and the tumultuous end of his first presidency. This marks his fourth attempt at securing the presidency, a journey that began not out of ambition for political power, but rather as a response to family legacy. Born in 1940 in Thiolo, a region known for its tea plantations, Mutharika was raised in a household of educators, which instilled in him a profound appreciation for learning. I grew up in a family where my parents were educators, and myself I spent all my life in higher education. At 7 universities on 3 continents, he remarked during a 2017 speech at Oxford University in the UK. His educational journey took him from Dedza Secondary School, a notable institution in central Malawi, to Yale University in the United States, where he studied law in the 1960s. Mutharika later became a professor specializing in international justice, dedicating decades to teaching at various universities across the U.S., Tanzania, Uganda, and Ethiopia. Mutharika's political career began in earnest in 2004 when his elder brother Bingu ascended to the presidency. He returned to Malawi to serve as an advisor and was elected as a member of parliament for the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, in 2009. His roles in his brother's cabinet included Justice Minister, Education Minister, and Foreign Minister. While Mutharika's rise to power was relatively smooth, tensions began to surface in 2010 when rumors circulated that Bingu intended to nominate him as the DPP's candidate for the 2014 elections. Malawian journalist Francis Chuma highlighted the public's outrage over what many perceived as blatant nepotism, noting that chiefs from across the nation were frequently showcased on television praising Mutharika. Tragically, the succession plans were abruptly halted in April 2012 when Bingu suffered a fatal cardiac arrest at the age of 78. Mutharika delivered a heartfelt tribute at his brother's funeral, calling him "my brother, my friend, and also my hero." Following Bingu's death, a power struggle erupted. According to Malawi's constitution, the vice president should assume the presidency in such circumstances. However, Bingu had a contentious relationship with his vice president, Joyce Banda, who had been expelled from the DPP and subsequently formed her own party, the People's Party, PP. Despite her expulsion, Banda refused to resign as vice president. When Bingu passed away, his supporters attempted to install Mutharika as president, defying constitutional protocol. Ultimately, Banda prevailed, making history as Malawi's first female president. Mutharika faced treason charges, accused of conspiring to conceal his brother's death to prevent Banda from taking office. He dismissed these allegations as politically motivated, and they were dropped after he won the presidency in 2014, defeating both Banda and Chakwera with just over 36% of the vote. Supporters of Mutharika argue that his initial term in office brought significant improvements to Malawi, citing the billions of dollars in Chinese loans he secured for infrastructure development. Inflation rates also saw a dramatic decline during his presidency, dropping from 24% when he took office to single digits by the end of his term. However, his administration was not without its challenges, including frequent power outages, food shortages, and ongoing corruption scandals that have long plagued Malawian politics. In 2018, Malawi's anti-corruption agency, accused him of accepting a kickback from a contract worth 2.8 billion kwacha, approximately $1.6 million, for supplying food to the police. Although he faced public protests, he was later cleared of any wrongdoing. Mutharika has consistently positioned himself as a champion against corruption, claiming in a 2015 BBC interview that he was the only president in Africa that travels commercial. Despite weathering the storm of corruption allegations, Mutharika faced a dramatic political downfall in 2019. After being declared the winner of the presidential election, the Constitutional Court annulled the results, citing widespread electoral fraud, including the infamous use of Tipp-Ex correction fluid on results sheets. This led to him being mockingly dubbed the Tipp-Ex president. The court ordered a rerun in 2020, which Chakwera won decisively with 59% of the vote. Mutharika condemned the rerun as unacceptable, but the court received international praise for its commitment to upholding democratic principles. Initially, Mutharika suggested he would not seek office again, but he surprised many by entering this year's presidential race, claiming that his supporters urged him to rescue the nation from Chakwera's leadership. Since Mutharika left office, inflation has skyrocketed beyond 30%, exacerbated by factors such as Cyclone Freddy, severe droughts, and dwindling foreign reserves, pushing many Malawians into extreme poverty. During his campaign, Mutharika engaged with the public in the local Chichewa language, asking, "Munandi sowa eti, mwakahola eti," which translates to, "You miss me, right? You have suffered, right?" However, Mutharika's visibility during the campaign was limited compared to Chakwera, who held numerous rallies across the country. This has led to rampant speculation regarding Mutharika's health and whether he possesses the stamina to lead Malawi again at his advanced age. Despite these concerns, voters have placed their trust in him, even in areas traditionally dominated by Chakwera, such as the capital city of Lilongwe and Nkhotakota. While Mutharika's political journey has been filled with ups and downs, his personal life remains relatively private. The AFP news agency describes him as reserved, while South Africa's Mail Guardian notes that friends say he is a studious man, more at ease with books than political rallies. Mutharika has 3 children from his first marriage to Christophany, who passed away in 1990. In June 2014, he married Gertrude Maseko, a former DPP parliamentarian. As the couple prepares to return to the presidential residence, Mutharika faces a daunting array of challenges. Many Malawians have indeed endured significant hardships, as he acknowledged in his campaign speeches. Once the initial excitement of his unexpected return subsides, the nation will be closely observing to see if he can fulfill his promise to lead them back to a brighter future.